be half the length they should be, they kind of forget all the unpicking they've done. They do it on section A brilliantly, then they get to poetry and they just kind of whack quotations in and move on. So again, right, now look at mine. So I'll box it up for you. Look how much analysis there is of each quotation from each poem. So when you write yours, get them side by side. Can you box off the same amount? Because if not, something's missing. Obviously, handwriting style is different, things like that. But I can say with certainty that their paragraphs have got to be double, treble the length, just from that constant seeing what the expectation is and what's required. And obviously, as you're doing it, yes, it might be teaching them things that are difficult. Yes, it might be words that are so far outside of their comfort zone. But if they hear you talk about the peripatetum every week and embed it in an answer, or they hear you use a particular term or a particular kind of a word, then they're just going to naturally get used to using them. And I've had some children, I've got a girl in set 2 in that group who, if she gets a 5, I will dance in the street. Like, she deserves it so much, but she also started very, very far away from it. And she said in her overview the day before the DNA exam, well, there's a real disparity, isn't there, between how nihilistic some characters are and how atypical their response is. And I said, do you know what those words mean? Really? And she taught me through every single one of them. There is no way she could use those words, spell those words, recognise those words at the start of the year. And I think there is a habit where when they use a word, if you do give it them, they will want to use it. So you have to model how to use it correctly, or else she'll put nihilistic in every response. And we did go through a period where Jekyll and Hyde was nihilistic for the first 5 attempts. Like, no. Do you remember where we use our words? No. But they do get better the more that you practice. And again, then moving through to unseen poetry. Look how messy my plan is getting. I know as well as you do, students, that we're running out of time. I know what I need to be thinking about in this question is not wasting time annotating. I just need to be very quickly ticking off from this, what can I see in terms of similarities and differences? I had a juxtaposition here, is it here? So I think that process of planning is massively important, just so that they know what's required. Also, as I'm writing it, it might have been a very basic plan. I can still put in about corporeal imagery though, because we know what it is and we're naturally using it more comfortably than we have done previously. So that's quite important in terms of taking them through it. And then these are just ones where I've done it at the same time as them, which I don't think we do enough of. You know, so many of my colleagues, and I'm not doing them a disservice because they're massively overworked, take the opportunity to, when a class is doing an assessment, to mark the other class's assessment, or to start planning for the next period. And I totally understand that because we're so short on time. What I really try to do is when my class do an assessment, do it with them. So that at the end, they've got a full worked example. I can say, do you know what? I only managed to do 3 comparative paragraphs. I found it really difficult. And I only had 2 minutes left at the end, and I don't think I've had enough time to proofread that properly. Or actually, when I got to my 3rd point on remains, I got a bit confused about where I was going with it. And I think they really appreciate the understanding that you have then, because you've done the same thing, like you've put yourself